It's all about the trees today. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 355. Only 10 days left of this year's annual challenge. Today are two questions. I'm going to start with the kind of, I wanted to say duh when I read this one, but I hope you have a different reaction. Our first question today is really our hypothetical or just funny to think about question. And it says, if actions speak louder than words, is speaking an action? Now I wanted to say duh because everything's an action, right? Thinking, feeling, believing, hoping, it's all an action, right? It might be an internal action, but it's still an action nonetheless. And speaking is definitely an action. So I think that's kind of a silly question for today, but you can ponder it and share in the comments below your thoughts on that particular question. Now the other one is a little bit trickier. It's about our moral obligation. Now, of course, moral obligations are always subject to our own personal interpretation, but the question is, do humans have a moral obligation to take care of the planet? Yes or no? And then why or why not? Now, this one's a political hotbed, so I guess you can maybe think about it and then decide what you want to write about it. You can just say done if you don't want to share your own personal opinions and feelings on it. Or peelings. I like to mix words together, especially early in the morning. So, do we have, as human beings, a moral obligation to take care of the planet? My quick answer is, duh, again, yes. We should leave the world better off than when we came into it. I just think that's all of our personal responsibility. But guess what? Lots of people don't believe that. Lots of people don't think that they have a moral obligation to hardly anything, much less taking care of the planet. Don't even get me started on things like climate change, right? Guess what? We've always had climate change. Our climate, like everything else on Earth, is always changing, ever evolving, expanding, growing, and being different. Doesn't mean we have an environmental emergency. It just means that things are changing all the time, and it's up to us as human beings to respond in the best way possible. That's what this challenge has been all about. How do we deal with the ever-changing world that we live in so that we can have some certainty in our ability to deal with whatever comes our way? That's in a nutshell what this challenge is all about. So those are our two questions for today. Just 10 more days. I start to get a little nervous and excited as we get toward the end of our challenges, and I'm firing up and figuring out, okay, well, what's next? What's next year's challenge? If you have any thoughts or ideas about that, hit me up. I always love hearing from you. What would be of most benefit to you? I've done so many different challenges personally that a lot of them are on repeat for me, and I take the things that work for me and I make them automatic. It's part of what this challenge is all about too, is how do we become an ever-improving version of ourselves by learning and growing and becoming what it is we want to be. And sometimes we try things on and they don't work, they don't fit for us, and then we let them go and we do something else. Of course, those are actions as well, but keep in mind, our actions do speak louder than our words. People watch what we do, not what we say we're going to do. People pay attention, especially our kids and our grandkids and the people that we're here to influence. All right, have an absolutely amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.